We have seen dual cameras on smartphones for a few years now, and we've pretty much come to expect them on smartphones these days. One company though plans to change that. Huawei today announced a new smartphone with not 2, but 3 cameras on it. What's going on, guys? Ricky here from GSM Arena, and let's take a look at the Huawei P20 and P20 Pro. Like the Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro last year, the P20 and P20 Pro show Huawei's brand new hardware design. Gone is that metal coating in favor of a gorgeous glass design reinforced by a metal frame. Just looking at the body's frame and careful placement of the camera though, we can't help but be reminded of the iPhone X. So yeah, the rumors are true. The P20 does have the notch in the display, but it isn't as wide as the iPhone X's. In fact, the display's wider aspect ratio sort of compensates for that notch. Sort of. First off, the P20 Pro has a 6.1-inch 1080p display with an 18.7:9 aspect ratio. The regular P20 has a smaller 5.8-inch screen with the same notch and resolution of 2244x1080. There are more differences between the two devices, like the larger battery and higher water resistance rating. But the main difference is that only the P20 Pro offers that triple camera setup. The regular P20 gets the same camera setup as the Mate 10, which is a 12 megapixel RGB sensor and a 20 megapixel monochrome one, though it does offer more features than the Mate 10 does. Both P20 models have a fingerprint scanner placed right below the display, which many prefer over a rear-mounted one. Speaking of which, Huawei has brought 2D facial recognition that uses the P20's 24 megapixel selfie camera. It relies solely on the camera for this, but the screen's brightness will illuminate your face so you can use it in the dark. Of course, Huawei's most significant improvement is the new Leica triple camera setup. There's actually a lot to see here. That lens all by itself is a 20 megapixel monochrome sensor. The middle one is a 40 megapixel RGB sensor, and that last one at the top is an 8 megapixel telephoto lens. So what can you do with all those cameras? Well, aside from the normal bokeh mode, the P20 Pro's cameras support up to 5 times hybrid zoom and up to 3 times optical zoom. Those cameras will also let you take really great low light shots. In fact, Huawei says you can take incredible low light shots, and the camera goes up to 102,400 ISO. If the camera can do what Huawei says it can do in low light, we can't wait to see what it can do in regular lighting conditions. The new camera sensor also brings 960 frames per second super slow motion to both phones, though we were only able to record 1 second of this, and the resolution is limited to 720p like the Galaxy S9. Huawei is really setting itself apart from other Chinese phone makers with its new design, its crazy triple camera, and its beautiful twilight color. We're sad to see that neither P20 model will be coming to the United States. That said, the US is definitely not ready for a large Chinese manufacturer to market and compete against Samsung and Apple, which are the two most prominent smartphone brands in the US. So that's it, guys. Let us know what you think of the Huawei P20 Pro, and this is Ricky signing off for GSM Arena. Thank you for watching.